Hi.
Good evening and welcome to Your Time to Shine. That was my husband, in case you were wondering. Welcome to Your Time to Shine, a radio show designed to help you explore your own divine gifts. Good evening, everyone. I am your host, Julie YeagerWalker. And sorry about that. That was a little bit, just on the fly there. So how is everyone today? I can't believe that it's time for another Thursday evening. And it is the middle of February. I can't even believe that. It just seems like last week we were celebrating the holidays and doing our celebration for 2019. So it's really exciting, the energy and the vibration. So as you can see, things are really like days just go by so quickly. And that is the new way that it's going to be happening. And I'll explain more about that, but it's all this fifth dimensional energy that's coming into play after being in third dimensional energy for so many years. But that is for another time. What I want to talk about this evening is, with it being Valentine's Day and the celebration of love, and I might say that this isn't a day to celebrate the love of couples. It is also the day to celebrate the love for yourself, first and foremost, and the celebration of friends and family. So, just because you may not have a significant other, it doesn't mean that the celebration of today should not still be celebrated. You are your own person, and you have to love yourself first in order to in order to be able to love somebody else. So loving yourself first and foremost is the most important thing. So one of the things I want to talk about is everybody has a love language, whether you know it or not. There are 5 basic ones, and there is a book that is out there. It is called The 5 Love Languages, and the author at the moment escapes me, but you can look it up online. The book has been around for a very long time. I think I read it probably 20 years ago, and it really resonated with me. It helped me understand where my husband at that time was coming from, and it actually really helped strengthen our relationship because I could understand what his love language was. Now, the 5 love languages, we have a little bit of all of those languages within us, but there's usually 1 or 2 that really stand out. And I would like to share a little bit of those today. So one of the love languages, and when I say love language, so this is the way that person communicates. This is the way that person feels love, or if they are trying to express love, this is the way they would do it. A lot of times a person's love language actually comes out maybe in what they do in life, and they're expressing their love language, but it may not actually be your love language. And so you're left scratching your head saying, well, why did that person do that? That seems so odd. And so to give you an example, my ex-husband's love language was about acts of service. That is one of the love languages. Acts of service is doing something that would create gratefulness in their life. So his was making sure the house was clean, or very practical gifts. And I remember one time for my birthday, he gave me floor mats for my car, and he was super excited because they were really great floor mats, and he was super excited. But it kind of left me scratching my head saying, I'm not really sure what this means, because that was not my love language, right? My love language was all about gifts at that time, but it would have been something more like flowers, or maybe a piece of jewelry or something like that. So when something up comes like that, that can cause kind of a disconnect between people. So acts of service, that's one type of love language. Gifts. So I was saying gifts were at that time my love language. That's how, if someone gave me a gift, I would know, oh my gosh, they really care about me and what I need in my life. That's their way of showing love and affection to me. A third one is quality of time, just spending time with that person. I know that this is probably one of the ones for my husband, is spending quality of time. And so, just having that time together, whether you're going to the grocery store or whether you are walking in the park, it could be anything. It just is the quality of time, spending time together, looking at that person in the eye and just spending time together. The fourth one is words of affirmation. So, things like, hey, you know what? Thank you so much for doing the dishes. That was really great. It really helps me out. Or, hey, thank you for taking the kids to school today. That really freed up my morning and I was able to do a lot more. So thank you very much for that. Words of affirmation. And the fifth one is the physical touch. So, holding hands, kissing, giving hugs, intimacy. These are all types of things that that person needs in order to feel the love and to understand how that person is feeling. So the book is really good. If you take those down, those are just like the real basic elements, but the book goes into a whole bunch deeper perspectives, and it gives more guidance on what some of those different ones are, how you can recognize those, and how to recognize your own, because that's a really important piece too, is to first recognize your own love language, so then you know how to respond to others. So if someone is giving you a gift of floor mats for your car, you say, okay, I understand. That's their love language. That is in their highest regard of giving you something that is really, really important, or what they feel is really important. So it gives you a really interesting point of view or perspective. It helps to kind of relate to people a little bit more. Now, again, this doesn't have to be these love languages. They can help you with your coworkers, your friends, just about anybody. So if you understand what their love language is, it makes an easier connection to people and a way for people to communicate. So check out the book and decipher what your own love language is, and then look at the people around you and see what their love language is. And, it would be so easy to give somebody at work a compliment. Hey, thank you for sending out that project on my behalf. That really helped me. I was able to get to another meeting and another client, and that was really great. So even your coworkers can benefit from this if you know what their love language is. And it's not too hard. If you know people pretty well, especially some, people in the workplace, you're with them just as much as you're with your family. So usually it's not too hard to figure out what their love language is. So check it out. It's called The 5 Love Languages. Again, it's a great book. I think you'll really enjoy that. So remember tonight, everyone, to just love yourself first and foremost, and give yourself that support that you need tonight. And I hope that everybody is taking that into account, because it is a lot more than just couples. So with that, we are going to go to the phone line. We have Cheryl in Westland, Michigan. Good evening, Cheryl, and welcome to Your Time to Shine.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well.
So what can we do for you this evening?
Well, I have a couple of things I'd like to know about. First of all, I lost my mom in October 25th, actually. And I'm having a really hard time dealing with, I guess you could say, I'm angry with her. I'm kind of resentful towards her because of the way she passed away. I feel like she didn't try. She gave up too easily. But I also am afraid that she's upset with me. I made some decisions that at the time I thought were the best decisions for her, and it turned out to be where I had to then follow her decisions that she had made before all this happened. And I just I'm scared that she's upset with me as well. I just basically want to know that she's at peace.
Sure. I understood. And as you were talking, your mom was coming in and she was throwing things at me at the same time. I'm like, okay, wait, stop. I'm like, wait a minute, you have to stop because I have to listen to the questions. So first off, know that she knows that you did your very best. And it was in your best intentions on her behalf. And she knows that. And she just wants you to know that she is sending you so much love. She does not hold any kind of a grudge. There's no anger. There's no suffering. There's no pain. All of that is gone. And she said, it may look like from the outside to you that she gave up, but she knew that she couldn't continue on any longer and that it was her time to go. And this was the best way that she could do it. She said that she did it in the best and the easiest way that would, she's saying like not that it's not going to affect you, because as humans, everything is going to affect us. But she did it with the best intentions and out of love that she possibly could. And she knows that you're having a hard time with this and you're struggling and that there's anger in it. And she's saying, it's okay. You have to feel those emotions. You have to bring them to the surface, and then you have to release them, because that's the only healthy way to get through a grieving process. She said that she is right there with you every single day. She's bringing up feathers, that she's been dropping feathers in your path to let you know that she's right there with you. There's also something about rustling leaves. Well, of course, she passed in October, in the fall, but she's showing me rustling leaves and leaves that are going like in a, almost like a little mini tornado, right? Going through. Hang on, let me see what she's talking about with this. Hang on one moment. Okay, she said she's showing me that she was kind of like a little mini tornado in her own life. That she kind of whirled around and was just kind of all over the place. But she said that what this is allowing her to do is she is able to like release this, right? She's able to release everything and leave it all behind. So everything that she experienced in her human life and her human body, she's been able to leave this behind, and showing me that, like the twisting effect going up, like a tornado would. I guess technically tornadoes go down, but that twisting ability is showing me that she was able to escape and leave her body and leave all of that stuff behind, and that everything is brand new, and she has a new way of being now. She just wants you to know that she's just so happy and in so much relief on the other side, and that you should not worry about what she thinks, because she loves you from the very bottom of her heart. I mean, the love that she's showing me is just absolutely incredible. She's saying that she didn't always do that in her life. She wasn't a person to really, because she was always on the move and she was going 100 miles an hour, and she didn't stop to really maybe say the words or to tell you or show you, express to you how much you really meant to her. And she says she's very sorry about that, but she wants you to know that just because she didn't say anything, it doesn't mean that she didn't think those things almost daily, she says.
Okay. That all makes sense. My other question or concern would be, I know my mom adored my husband, simply adored him. She always said she wished I would have found him 25 years ago. My thing, and he was there. He was the last person he spoke to before he died. I want to know if, I feel like he would tell me if he was some kind of way. But I guess I question his fidelity.
Okay.
And if I'm making the right decision by staying with him, or am I just not letting go of the past and my trust issues?
Yes, it's definitely, most definitely the second one. The entire time that you were talking, she was shaking her head, no, no, no. She's saying that you need to work on your own trust issues. There's some past beliefs and some past ties there that need to be worked through. And she says that's in the past. That has nothing to do with your current situation. And hang on just a minute. Yeah, she's showing me that that whatever it is that has led you to believe that there might be an infidelity, there is an explanation for it, and it's not what you think it is. Okay, so she's saying sit down and have a conversation, because if you sit down and you have a conversation and you hear kind of how it all plays out, you're going to understand the situation. But because there's been some things in your past, that's automatically coming back into the situation, and it's making it worse than what it really, really, truly is.
Okay. All right. Do you see my financial situation getting better?
Okay, hold on. Your mom is sitting there and she's like throwing, it looks like she's throwing money or coins up into the air and celebrating. So she said, yes, definitely things are starting to kind of come together for you. She says that, she knows that it's been really, really tough. It's been tight. But she's showing me like strings and things being pulled together, but then she's also showing me that they're loosening up. They're starting to be less restrictive, and okay, she's saying that you should look online. There are some great websites. Let me think. Who are you going to point me to? I don't know why Matt Kahn is coming up. I don't remember him having anything about money. But Abraham Hicks, I know, has some things out there on money. Also, if you go to Access Consciousness, there are some things on there that you can do to talk, to kind of reverse that energy polarity. So instead of having the resistance to money, it's going to open you up into letting money come into you. She says the money is right there. It's just that you keep closing the door on it. And so you need to be able to open up the door, open up your heart, and let that money come in and be open to receiving, because she says money is coming in, but somehow you just keep saying, okay, hang on. Maybe you're a little bit too proud. Money keeps coming to you and you keep shutting the door. She just keeps saying, you're shutting the door, you're shutting the door. So she says you just need to be more open to that.
Okay. All right. I guess the last thing would be with what does she feel about my daughter, and is she going to finish her last year of college?
Oh, I'm sorry. So what was that again about college?
College. My last question would be, what does she see with my daughter? My daughter was a grandma's girl. And she has 1 year of college left to do. And she's kind of dragging herself to go back. Does she see her going back and finishing school?
Yeah, your mom is showing me that that your daughter has a very heavy heart right now. She's really having a hard time dealing with your mom's passing. She's just a very, I just feel like, I have so much weight on my shoulders, holding me down. And so she's showing me that she's really, really struggling with this piece of it. She's saying yes, that she is going to continue and she's going to go on and finish up. She might have to play a little bit of catch up, right? But she needs to be able to, she's not doing a very good job of being able to grieve herself, as she's trying to be strong for you. Okay, which is not unusual for our kids to do, right? They try to be the strong ones when they see the parents having a hard time and grieving. So you need to let her know that that you have your own grieving to do and that she has her own grieving to do, and she needs to be able to bring that to the surface and let it go so that she can get back on track with her studies. Your mom is there with her all the time.
Yeah. She's already come to see her.
Yeah, I was going to say,
she visited her in a dream.
Yeah, I was just going to say, your daughter is already felt and seen her presence. Okay. So she knows that she's been there. Your daughter is intuitive, and so she's going to see things or feel things, and then she's going to say, oh, no, and she's going to come up with a million excuses of why that wasn't true, or that's our ego getting in there, right, and saying, oh, no, you really didn't see that flash of light, you didn't see that light turn on and off, or you didn't hear those footsteps, right? There's a reason for that, right?
I believe my daughter is gifted. I have since she's been a little girl. I think my daughter has gifts.
Yeah, she does. She's very intuitive. So you need to let her know that she needs to open up. Your mom is so excited. She wants to show herself and be seen by your daughter, but your daughter is letting the ego mind get in the way and shutting that door. So if she can open that door up, she's going to have more visits from your mom, and this is going to help in her healing process.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to make the healing process go a lot quicker.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much. It's been great talking to you. You've helped a great deal.
Oh, I'm so glad. You have a great evening, and thank you so much for calling in. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Happy Valentine's Day to you.
Happy Valentine's Day to you too. Well, and that is a wrap for this evening. Wow, 30 minutes goes so quickly. I say that every week. Thank you so much for tuning in to Your Time to Shine on A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. You can catch me over on our Facebook page at Your Time to Shine, or you can catch me on my website, which is www.wingsofsoulswithjulie.com. Happy Valentine's, everybody. Remember to love yourself all through the night. Good night.